Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel today, and I am very sorry that this review is so late. In the 2 years that I've been doing YouTube, I've never been so sick that I haven't been able to record a video. If you guys saw, I put up Tonight a live review a couple of days ago. That took the last of my voice from me, and today I finally got my voice back. It's still a bit croaky, so if it's still a bit of a struggle to get through this video, I apologise, and I know this one's not going to get a whole lot of views because it is so late, but this is a record that I really wanted to talk about, and I didn't want to talk about it in an Albums I've Missed video. Another one of those will actually be coming up in June, so I really want to talk about this record, and today we're here to talk about the new record from Parkway Drive titled Reverence. Now, one of the upsides to doing a video about this record so late is that I've been able to see all of the backlash, all of the controversy, and all of the people supporting this record after its release, and I can kind of comment on that a little bit and where I think people are coming from, because as soon as I listened to this record I knew that it was going to be controversial, because it is such a big different sound for Parkway Drive, but one that we probably should have seen coming. And I'll start out by saying that I think this record is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy it. Not sure if it'll make my top 20 of the year. It's in there at the moment, but you know, we're not even halfway through the year yet, so we have no idea what's going to happen. But for me, I think this is a really great record. So to get more into the controversy and the change in sound, and Reverence is a record that we really should have seen coming after Aya came out. Aya was definitely the first step towards this type of record, and I really like Aya as well. I think it's great. In fact, it's got like 5 songs on it that I think should be in Parkway Drive's set for the rest of their careers, in songs Destroyer, Crushed, Vice Grip, Bottom Feeder, and even a Deathless song. I think it's a song that they should pull out live more. I'm not sure if they've even ever played that song live, but so going into Reverence, I was kind of expecting the kind of record that we got. I'm not sure why people are so surprised. This record sounds exactly how I thought it would, as I just said. I didn't expect Parkway to go back to their metalcore sound. They did as much with the metalcore sound as they could, and then they've moved on, and they're trying something new, and it's working really well for my money. So I really like the change in sound, and something that is causing a lot of controversy as well is Winston's vocal performance on this record, and that's because it is very different. It is the most different Winston vocal performance that we've ever had on a record, and a lot of that is down to a lot of spoken word passages that are spread throughout the record, and that is something that I've seen people have a lot of a problem with, is a lot of spoken word, and I think the spoken word works really well for what this record is. And if that's not for you, that's fine, but for me, I really enjoy how personal it is. I really enjoy his passion in what he's saying. He doesn't have to be screaming all the time. A lot of people want him to be, but for me, I think the spoken word mixed with the screaming and mixed with something else that we're talking on a little bit later, I think it all works really well together. And the record kind of gets you ready for spoken word passages right from the very first track, which was the very first single, Wishing Wells. It opens up with that, and I think it's very effective. Wishing Wells ends up being one of the best songs on the record, I think. I think it's going to be absolutely massive live. The riffs in it are crazy good, and I can't wait to see Winston belt this out. It's going to be awesome. But something else that's a bit of a controversy on this record is the introduction of pure, clean vocals for the very first time in Parkway Drive's music. And this is something that I also really enjoy. I think he does a great job on it. They do sound a bit processed, but from what I've heard, Winston wanted to put clean vocals in Aya, but he felt like his vocals weren't up to the right standard yet, so they kept them out, and so he did it on this record. Obviously, they still aren't where he exactly wants them to be, because there is a bit, you know, there's tuning on every vocal performance ever put out now, but there is a bit of noticeable tuning on his vocals on this record, but I think it's done to a point where it doesn't take away from the emotion. And I think the clean vocals work really well. They're not overdone, they're only done in 2 songs. The first song being Shadowboxing, which I think is one of the highlights of the record, and then the second time being on the closing track of the record, The Colour of Leaving, Color of Leaving is probably the most emotional song on the record. Obviously talking about a friend of Winston's who died. I'm not sure who that is. I kind of get an inkling that it could have some relation to Tom Searle because I know them and Architects are so close, but not everything has to be about Tom Searle. So maybe it might have been even more personal for him. But his vocal performance on that track is ridiculous. Hearing him break down at the end of the record is really impactful. Something that continues on from Aya on this record is their use of massive choruses, especially in the songs Pray and The Void. Carry on from songs like Vice Grip from Aya, and these songs and these choruses are just going to sound massive in a live environment. I've heard many people say they've heard some of these songs live already and they just blew the roof off the place, so I'm really excited to see that. Something that's really interesting on this record is I feel a bit of a Ghost influence in songs like Cemetery Bloom and I Hope You Rot. I know that not everything with the church vocals speaking in Latin has to be Ghost influence, but Ghost is the first thing that came to my mind as soon as I heard that kind of stuff, and I think it's a great addition as well. I don't really have any issues with them bringing in that kind of sound to the record at all. But this record is still brutally heavy. Like, people are getting this twisted. Like, this isn't a soft record. This isn't the band selling out. There's no such thing as selling out. Everybody who makes music ever, or does anything in their life ever, wants to make some money. And Parkway Drive definitely haven't compromised their artistic integrity at all on this record, and Absolute Power ends up being one of the heaviest tracks on the record. It's early on, it's brutal, it's got some great riffs on it, and some great breakdowns as well, which are just absolutely fantastic. And the band have focused on simplistic playing over technical playing, and this is because Parkway Drive are at a point now where they're playing massive stages in front of thousands and thousands of people, and they need songs that are going to fit those rooms. This is something that we saw Avenged Sevenfold do on Hail to the King, and I think Parkway Drive have tried to do the same thing, but done it a bit more successfully. Avenged didn't do it to the same standard, and you saw them on the stage go back to what they're great at. Parkway Drive have moved to a more simplistic, arena-ready sound, and it works perfectly for their sound, and they pulled it off really well. Again, was teased on Aya, and now is brought to fruition here, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next one. And the live impact that sound is going to have is going to be huge. They're headlining the second stage at Download Festival in the UK this year, and hearing some of these songs on that platform would be absolutely incredible. I can't say is going to be because I'm not going to be there, but it would be incredible. So anybody watching who's going to be going to that, I'm very jealous of you. But overall, I think this is a really fantastic record from Parkway Drive. I don't think it's as good as Aya, honestly, but I think it is really up there with some of their best work. Some of the songs on here are some of my favorite Parkway Drive songs, and it's controversial, sorry. Not everyone's going to love it, but I think if you give this record time, it'll really grow on you, and you'll learn to really appreciate the new sound that Parkway Drive are going for. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Do you like the record? Do you not like the record? Sorry, this has been a bit more of a dragged out review. I'm still a bit fuzzy in the head, not feeling great, but I wanted to get this out to you guys before it was a bit too late. So anyway, follow me on all my social medias down below in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Fresh Currents.